Morning all. Today we're off to Webley. That is me and Webley on our own today. What the blazes is that? Some Yankee thing, a Ford. So we're off to Trailquest near Webley, junction to the M50 near enough. I've looked on their website before, but one thing that flicked me switch, if you like, is the fact that you can use your own bike, which will save you 60 quid. The day is from 10 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon apparently. Although there wasn't a booked training session tomorrow or today, they was willing to take me out as they were there. What's been happening? Well, not a lot. Went to use just before Christmas. Battery flat. Flat enough not to do anything, bar switch on the lights. Down to about 11.5 volts, maybe a bit less than that. It's a bit of a pain to take off. It's under the right side panel, under your thigh. Don't bother messing with the bottom right bolt. That's a dummy in effect. Just remove the remaining 3 and there's like a plug, pushing plug into a grommet, or pull out of course. Lots of wires in front of the battery, no room to manoeuvre the battery really. But here's a tip: when you disconnected the cables to the battery or from the battery, remove the right hand positive lead from under the frame, the top rail of the frame, the seat rail. Remove that so it's hanging outside the frame. You'll probably have to remove some of the other wires, and it's very easy to break a connector here, I found out. Just as you thought, yes, oh, I know this one comes apart. No, it doesn't come apart like that. Great. Once that posi lead is out of the frame, it gives you a little bit more room to flex the side, the right hand side of the battery box, thus giving you a bit more room. The battery that's on is obviously an Indian one. I've never heard of them make before. There's been a lot of reports actually of late of batteries going flat quite quickly, but I hadn't used Webley for about 5 weeks and no chance. Anyway, I charged it up and then kept an eye on it for about 6 weeks, and it wasn't on load, so it's not a perfect test by any means. It seemed to hold all right. A quick observation though, but roughly half the size of the batteries that are on Smelly and Thunderbird 4, they both started. Cleaned and lubed the chain and adjusted it myself. I hate doing that, but managed to do it okay with the tools in the kit, and I dare say you could do it easily with the tools in the kit, but not quite easily, because when you come to tighten the lock nut up on the adjusters, you can move the adjuster nut because you've only got one spanner in the kit. So here's a tip for you folks that I read, never experienced because I never had a classic British bike. Of course, Royal Enfields nowadays being the nearest to it. Fortunately, my experience is that a lot of the downside of the British bikes you don't get with the Indian Royal Enfields. That tip from reading about classic British bikes is carry a small adjustable spanner with you. So I added one to the toolkit for Webley, and I used the spanner at the toolkit to hold the adjuster nut, and then tightened the lock nut with the adjustable spanner. I've got a new addition. We've got a Hitchcock's headlight grille secured to the front headlight, obviously. Now, it seems good quality. It's only been on about a week. The only thing I've got against it is the bolts. Well, one thing I've got against the bolts, they're Allen bolts, which means you can't remove it with the standard tools in the kit. Other things we've done, apart from cleaning the chain, usual bit of TLC, spray some WD-40 to the locks, including the pannier locks, the hinges. Incidentally, my panniers, touching lots of wood, they're perfectly dry inside when it rains, and I proved that yesterday while I left them out in the rain to, shall we say, semi-self-clean. For the first time I've removed my rubber hook peg grips, just one 10mm bolt for each grip. The normal 10mm open-head spanner, there's enough, shall we say, room to manoeuvre it into position and undo the bolt. It's only a bit tighter than nipped up really. So I've removed them because we're potentially going to be going into a bit more slippery stuff than I'm used to. We're still on the Pirelli MT60s. we do have some rust, folks. Now bear in mind, Webley hasn't seen salt, has seen rain. A load of it yesterday. The front left oil pipe, the external oil pipe, I think it's from the oil cooler down to the front of the engine. If memory serves, the bottom, just above the unit, is going rusty. I have been to the dealer, they've took my details, they said they'll contact me when it's in. There is a little bit more rust, one on the inside of the exhaust, just as it exits right at the end, and on the hanger for the exhaust at the silencer from the bracket on the frame. The hanger there, even though it looks stainless steel, it's obviously not really good quality, so it's going to be on the edge. I was deleted from, there's 2 National Road Rally Facebook pages, and it seems that they start to do one every year. Yeah, but anyway, they deleted me off that page. Yeah, you might say, so what? Well, yeah, really. But when you're just asking questions about their insurance, and it takes you a couple of months to get an answer, which was a bit snotty, I thought. Because on one hand they say it's not a rally, it's not a race. No, it's not. My argument is then why call it a rally? And described how where if 2 top riders had a collision on the TT, they wouldn't be covered between themselves and the ACU's insurance. But hang on a minute, this isn't a rally, this isn't a race. Whilst I could have happily said stuffed an NRR, it was a good event. Largely because of the people on the ground and the participants, and the weather was fantastic. So I'm booked in to do that again on my own insurance. Done some phone calling, again a bit of a bind, tried emails, no answers. Forget it with MCE. I said that in the opening video of the National Road Rally last year, which is why I didn't do it on their insurance. I knew they wouldn't cover you, but they will cover you for track days. And to quote the phone call, against the clock. Which has the most risk? I must say it's no different riding with the rubber foot peg grips removed. I thought I'd feel more vibe through them, but no. And of course you've got a, I don't know, an inch more leg room.